Hi, beloveds. Welcome. So glad you're all here. We're just going to take another minute as everybody is joining in. Hi. Hi, cutie pies. Wow. I'm so glad to see all your sweet faces. Um, I think I have all the boops and bops. Can you hear me okay? We're already recording for our friends who are working today and want to join after. As always, this will be on YouTube for your forever viewing pleasure or not, as you wish. Um, yeah, so while we're waiting, my invitation is to find one sensory delight for yourself in preparation for our practice today. So whether that's a smell that you love, or you want to have a tiny little snack, or a sip of your favorite kombucha, or a toke, or grab your favorite animal, or I'm trying to think of all the senses, your favorite pillow. You are welcome to put on your favorite music. I can't, nobody else can hear it. You could be playing your most beloved teen pop and we would just be cheering you on. So whatever brings you great joy, feel free to grab that. I'm letting folks in. And thank you all so much for writing me back and just letting me know you wanted to be on the mailing list. I just feel like it's always good to check back in and make sure that we all wanna be here. Um, yeah, okay, great. All right. I've been like so looking forward to this class. I think because there was a lot of hype about this time astrologically that a lot was going to be happening, and indeed a lot is happening. And I just also have such a deep appreciation for the ways in which we're gathering in conjunction with the full moon. There's something that feels really right about it, and something that, like, I don't know about y'all, but for me, around the full moon, each cycle, something comes into bigness. Not necessarily the thing that I wanted, right? Or the thing that we were calling in, but something, right? Some kind of energy or quality starts to show up in really profound measure. And I just feel like even coming back into the space together again each time reminds me and my body, and I hope helps y'all to return back in your bodies to this memory that we have tools, we have practices, and they're not brand new. Certainly not to the world, right? We did not invent these practices, nor will they end with us, hopefully. And also, most of the people on this call have also been practicing these practices for some time, which I think is really profound and just says, like, some prior version of me knew that present day me would really like to have this on board. This breathing practice, right? This movement practice, this connection practice. And what a beautiful truth it is to know something and know that we need it. And we might not even be sure why. And to just trust that knowing. I've been thinking a lot about retrograde and what it means. I don't know what it means, right? I'm definitely not the expert. There are people on this call that know way more about that than me. And what it means to me, right? To think about going backwards is actually about being in the sacred spiral. To me, what it means is that we return to the same places, to the same lessons, to the same moments, but we are never the same when we return because we've gone on a whole journey before we've come back to that place. And so we're not going to feel the same when we come back. And we're going to know in our bones radically different things every time we return. I had like a moment of just true delight this week where a teaching that is my favorite teaching about from the Jewish lineage, which is the teaching about time, which is that it's a spiral, right? And that we go through these circles, right? We celebrate the same holidays every year, the same seasons come every year. And yet, each time we are going up the spiral, we are building more in our repertoire of understanding ourselves, of loving each other, of knowing how to deal with all the shit, of knowing how to celebrate the shit as part of the beautiful work of life. that we come back, we might be on the same place in the circle, but we're at a different place on the layer cake. We have different knowing in our bones. And I was so delighted this week when one of my clients taught this back to me. They had completely forgotten that years ago, like in 2020, I had taught it to them. This is the greatest, I think, feeling that we can possibly have in our lives, which is that we have shared this had nothing to do with me, right? And everything to do with that person. But what a gift when we can offer something and somebody takes it and makes it theirs, so much so. Their spirit is so hungry for that knowing that one day they come back and they teach it to you with zero irony, not even realizing that it came from you. Like, what a I like almost wept, but I didn't because I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, right? But like, how profound to realize that we're actually just none of the things I say in this class are new. None of the things that we practice are new. We are just reminding each other how to remember again and again and again. How to remember how to love and be loved. How to remember how to move, especially when we're in pain and we're feeling stuck. And how to remember how to breathe. They sound so small when we say it like that. And they are also literally the building blocks that allow us to be on this earth and to celebrate our aliveness. And I'm so, so grateful inside of this moment of full moon magic, inside of this retrograde chaos beauty, to be right here with you, remembering. And surely I'm going to forget a bunch of shit while we practice today. We don't even have to blame it on retrograde. That always happens. But especially today, I want us to celebrate the ways that we forget, and it's even better. That perfection is not the goal, even things being even on both sides, right, is not the goal. The goal is to move and to trust that what we need, we can find when we're together. Yep, that's all I'm going to say. I could talk for another hour, but no problem. Take a moment, place your hand somewhere on your body. Feel your beating heart. If your body feels like a place of struggle today, place your hands on the earth. That is your body too. Know that there is always something wider and deeper that we can connect to and seek refuge in. Deep breath in and a full breath out, just to let your bones and breath soften. Again, like that, deep breath in, taking in that new air, and a breath all the way out. You might even let your jaw hang, let your tongue soften, make a little sound. Deep breath in. Flutter your lips, let the air come all the way out. Infinite permission as we practice to open your mouth, to stick out your tongue, and to release whatever it is that's been hanging really heavy in your heart and in your mind. If it feels right to you, I like to start with some kind of vibration. I can tell my mind and my body all I want that it's time for yoga, but the subtle body speaks through the language of vibration and sound. And so, whether you want to hum or om or sing, some kind of vibration helps to call all of the layers of us in. So, take a deep breath in. Oh. Big breath in. Ah. Once more. Ah. Child's pose when you're ready. Okay, y'all. Theo's here with us. We've got our trusty helper. As always, the invitation is to move however the fuck you like. Feel free to come along with us when you want to and do your thing. Your intuition is by far the most important part of this. Big, slow breaths, breathing into your back body. Oh, Theo, I see you brought all of your kitty litter for us today. Thank you. Big, deep breaths, right? Really breathing into those spaces between the ribs, the space between the top of your ribs and the top of your hips. Letting some fresh air and oxygen flow through your bones and body. And just noticing what it's like to be moving at probably a slower pace than you have been for the day leading up to this. If the mind is racing, that's the most normal thing in the world. Just let it do its thing. We're going to work with the mind and body, and each will arrive when they're ready. Zero forcing. Walk your hands a little over to the right. Let your left palm stack on top of your right. Big breaths into the left armpit and your left hip as it drops back towards your left heel. Good, y'all. Come on back to center. Walk all the way over to the left. Stack your right palm on top of your left. Let your hips soften to the earth. A little rock side to side might feel nice. Breath on your right side body. Good. Come on back through center. Walk your hands in so that you're in tabletop position, hands and knees. Spread your toes, wiggle them a little bit, send them back behind you. Good. Inhale, arch your back, gaze up towards the sky. Hello, full moon. And exhale, press down into the earth. Feel that power as you round your spine and curl in like a cat. Inhale, arch your back, gaze up. You might open your mouth, stick out your tongue. Exhale, squeeze all the breath out. Press down into your finger pads. Good, come on, back to neutral. Spin your fingers so they're facing back behind you. Heels of the hands are reaching forward. This can be really tender for some folks, right? So soften. If you want to walk your knees in a little bit to relax it, feel free. Same motion in the spine. Inhale, arch your back. Lengthen your spine. Exhale to gently round. You might notice a little more tightness in the upper back because of the forearms, right? That tightness can be inherited up there. So just work with what your body's offering. Let it be a practice of meeting yourself where you're at rather than trying to make yourself match a certain shape. I would argue that it's pretty fucking radical for us to feel good in this moment based on what's happening in the world. So give yourself the chance to actually feel good, especially if that means modifying. Good. All right. Come back to neutral. Send your fingertips forward again. Ooh, that was a lot on the forearms. And then just gently come up onto your finger pads like you're going to claw the earth with your tiger claws. Good. And then one more time, you're just going to arch your back. You might find a lot more freedom in the upper back here because you're a little higher up. Exhale to round. Twice more like that. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round. Feel how the rounding goes all the way down into your feet. Press those toenails down into the earth. Inhale, arch your back. Pelvis is free. Tail is lifting. Exhale, round your back. Good. Keep that rounding going so much so that you walk your hands in and you come to stand on your shins. Pad with a blanket under your knees if you want to. Interlace fingers at your low back. Roll your shoulders back. Send your heart upward. Arch through the upper back. Send your tailbone down towards the earth. So you've got length in your lower back. Good, big breath in here. All right, use your core, engage your belly, come back up, lean your weight into your left leg. You're gonna slowly take your time, step your right foot forward. My fingers are still interlaced. Good. Then gently soften down into that front foot, but keep that subtle lift, pubic bone, belly button, heart, so you're supported through your center. You can let the interlace go at any time if you want, or keep it here. Shoulders and heart open, throat open, big breath in. Big breath out. On your next inhale, let those hands go. Send them all the way up towards the moon. Spread your fingers wide. She's still up there, even if we can't see her right now. Take a big inhale. I don't know, maybe we can see her. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Half splits. Shift your weight back. Flex your toes back towards you. And just a little booty wiggle here, right? Side to side. What happens when you stick your right tush all the way out? Really get into it. What happens when you pull that right hip back and lean a little into the left? Those are totally different stretches. Good, y'all. Big breath in. Exhale to soften your heart and chest. When you're ready, take your time. You're going to lift your torso a little bit, swing your left shin behind you, and I'm going to walk my hands all the way around to the back of the mat, plant my left hand under my left shoulder, and send my right arm past my right ear for gate pose. Big stretch here. If you want to, sometimes it's really nice to keep that right foot down. If it feels interesting, you can lean your weight into your left hand, lift your right foot, and find a little half moon on the earth. Chapasana if you like. You could bend your right knee, reach back, right hand to your right ankle, and find that gentle kick of your ankle into your hand. Deep, full breaths wherever you're at. Good, y'all. Gently release that foot. Step that right foot back where it was. Take your time. And then I'm just going to send my booty back, okay? My left shin is going to come forward with me as I drop my tush to the earth. I'm in Janu Shirshasana. My left knee is bent, my right leg is extended. If that got weird, just come down to the earth, bend your left knee, right leg long. Right arm over your right leg, left arm arcs up and over, big side stretch. Big, slow breaths. Really breathing into your left side body. Good, y'all. Inhale to slowly rise up, spin to face the top of your mat. Send your left leg forward, lean back on your tush. Maybe let your heels get light for boat pose. Soft collarbones, right? It's early. We're still waking up the core. So hands behind the knees is beautiful. Arms extended. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Keep those feet alive. And a deep breath through your center line here. Slow inhale. Feel your chest lift skyward towards the moon. Slow exhale. Bring your heels back down to the earth. We're going to reverse it, retrograde style. Left leg extends long. Right knee bends in. You're in Janu Shirshasana on the other side. Left leg over. No, left arm over. Reach your right arm up. Big side bend. So the left arm can just be chilling on top of the left leg. And the right fingertips are probably hanging out in space here. If you've got a strap, you can always loop the strap around your right foot and then pull up on that strap or towel with your right hand. That can give some nice resistance here. Big breaths in and out. You know that sweet spot, just the right amount of stretch without any strain. Good, we're gonna slowly lift up. Take your time. My right hand's coming all the way to the back of my mat. I'm sending my hips forward as my right shin swings back behind me. Gate pose, left arm up. If you need to adjust, feel free, right? My right hand needs to come a little forward. If you want, you can shift your weight forward into the right hand and let that left leg levitate a bit. Option to reach back, left hand to left ankle, and just gently kick back into that hand. Time to transition and then time to breathe once we find our way there. Good. Release that foot, stretch it out long. Let your left heel come down to the earth. And then we're very slowly, take your time. You're going to lower your left foot to the earth. Think about bending your left knee and walking your hands around to that left knee, top of the mat. Swing your right shin behind you. Good, y'all. Slowly rise up, low lunge, arms lift to the sky. Let your left rib cage pull back a little bit as your right shoulder softens. If you want, swing your hands to your low back. Zip them together the awkward way. Roll your shoulders open. Let your throat lift. Ooh, that right hip flexor. Breathe deep here. Send the energy. It's coming down the hip flexor and all the way out through the right big toe and second toe. The ley lines of your body, you can breathe along them. Good. Another tricky transition. Take your time. Find your low belly. Start to stretch your left leg straight. And then you're going to step your left knee back to meet your right. You're in a modified camel. Good. Roll your shoulders back. Open through your heart. You might find your fingers are reaching a little lower this time. Maybe not. That's perfect. Use your core to lift up. Hands come down in front of you, onto your fingertips. Round your back. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Keep rounding. Slide your hands back. Come all the way up to standing camel pose. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders open. Lift your heart. One breath. Lean your weight towards the right. Step your left foot forward. Low lunge. Deep breath in and out. On your inhale, arms swing up towards the sky. See the moon. Exhale, half splits. Stretch back. Flex your left toes. Good. Slowly, we're going to swing around to the right. Right shin swings back. Right hand steps back behind you. Gate pose. If you want to, half moon on the earth. Shavasana if you like, reaching back for that top foot. Good. Stretch it back out. Lower your left foot to the earth. My tush is going back as my right shin comes forward all the way down to the floor. Different variation of the stretch. This time, left hand comes all the way over to the right knee. Turn your heart all the way to the right. And then a side bend that might feel really different as you reach your right arm up and over towards your left toes. Again, if this feels tighter than the last variation, rather than straining with that right arm, can you soften your right ear? Relax the right side of your jaw and welcome in the melt. Tension is an invitation, right? Not to force, but to offer some heat and some presence so things can slowly dissolve and move where they've been stuck. Good, come on back up. Spin around to the top of your mat. Stretch your right leg out, sit back on your tush, roll back. Boat pose, however you like. If you want, hands to your heart. If you like, stretch your toes out in eye line. Breathe into the wobble and the shake. Hello, life force. Hello, erotic capacity moving through me. What a beautiful truth that I'm alive so I can shake. Good. Slowly lift up. That's enough of that. Stretch your right leg long. Hug your left knee in. The left knee bends out to the left. This time, right hand comes all the way over to the left knee. Turn your heart to the left. And left arm arcs up and over. Big side bend. Take your time on this transition. We're going to lift up. Plant your left hand at the back of the mat. Think of sending your hips forward and your left shin back. Boop. Gate pose. Adjustments as needed. Stacking left knee under left hip for support. If you want, half moon. And the bind is there. Trust your breath to tell you if a variation is supporting you or it's taking you out of yourself, right? Gently release that foot. Lower your right foot down to the earth if you haven't already. Take your time. Start to bend your right knee. Swim your fingertips all the way to the top of the mat. Left shin swings behind you. Rise up, low lunge, arms up. Hands to your low back. Interlace the other way. Roll your shoulders open. What a gift it is to come back to these shapes from a different perspective, having come into them the other way, right? And to notice something new might be available here. Or the exact same stretch with a little bit more breath and ease. Release your hands down to the earth. One time half splits. Good. Slowly rebend that right knee. Scoop your right knee back. Step your right knee to meet your left. Slide your hands back, this time to the low back. Fingertips face up. This can be the whole shape, right? Squeezing the inner elbows together, lifting through your heart and throat. You could curl the tops of your ears back. Good. Rise up from the earth up. Hands down in front of you, all the way down onto your palms. Really feel that earth and round your back. So much happens, right? Technically, we haven't even gotten off the floor yet. So much happens when we're close to the earth. Inhale, arch your back. And exhale, round your back. Good. Come on back to neutral. Walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, stretch your hips up and back. And just let yourself play for a moment. Rock it out through your hips. Soften your eyes, soften your jaw. Just feeling this miracle of a structure of your bones that are so strong and hold you with such sweetness. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step or hop up to the top of the mat. Take your time. Halfway lift, deep breath. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, tuck your tailbone, slow roll all the way up to standing. Really take your time at the top. Reach tall up to the moon. And hands to your heart. Mountain pose. Set your gaze on something powerful in front of you. I'm looking at my friends' pressed flowers, and they make me feel really warm and happy and grateful that I have friends that grow flowers. So find something in your eye line that reminds you what a beautiful community you have. How lucky we are to have each other. When you're ready, from that, strength to strength, chair pose. Drop your tush, relax your shoulders. If you want to, you could clasp opposite elbows above your head, but don't let it become this like suffocating moment, right? Drop your shoulders as much as you can, wiggle your booty a little bit, and roll your arm bones back the tiniest bit so that you still got space, right? Your throat is soft, your shoulders are soft, your wings are just rolling behind you. Good, stretch your arms up, big breath. Exhale, arms swing back by your hips, bow your torso parallel to the earth. Inhale, lift up, chair pose, arms extend up. Exhale, arms sweep back, chest bows forward. Inhale, lift, chair, exhale, arms sweep back. Inhale all the way up, mountain pose, reach your arms tall. Exhale, fold forward, hinge from your hips. Inhale, step your right foot back, lengthen your spine. You can tap your right knee to the earth if you like. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, high plank. Exhale, hold here or lower down. Knees can come down if you like. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, flow it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg up and back. Exhale, step your right foot forward. You can tap your left knee down to the earth. Step your left foot forward, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up, arch back. Exhale, release your breath, fold forward. Inhale, step your left foot back, tap your left knee to the earth, gaze forward. Exhale, right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, slow lower down, take your time. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot forward, right knee taps to the earth. Just take a deep breath in here. And on your exhale, right foot steps to meet it. Top of the mat. Halfway lift, deep breath. Exhale, fold back in. Separate your feet hips width or wider for a forward fold. You can do that same clasping opposite elbows, but while you're hanging here and forward fold. Sway your torso a little side to side. Coming back to these shapes that many of us have done thousands of times, right? And just giving ourselves the chance to both take comfort in what we know and also feeling the ways that today we are different. We couldn't not be. And how beautiful it is, rather than resisting change, to welcome it in. Right? To welcome in the aging process, the transformation process. To welcome in being different. And to let it be really holy. Malasana when you're ready. Toes out, heels in. I talk about this every time we come into Malasana. So maybe in this way I haven't changed, but I'm okay with that. But it's just so true that to have our pelvis so close to the earth is a deeply powerful stance, right? There is definitely a reason why people pee like this, have babies like this, right? Sometimes eat like this, right? This is a place of power. To feel your feet spreading, to feel your pelvic floor expanded and open to the wisdom of the earth underneath you. This is so profound. So close your eyes for a moment and feel your pelvic floor breathing. Feel the subtle vibrations way underneath our radar in so many ways that are being absorbed up from the earth into your pelvis. This ancient technology of earthing to keep us rooted and in relationship with gravity. And I love how easeful it is to move from being deeply earthed to flying. Like it feels so counterintuitive. But I also think there was a deep wisdom to the ancient yogis who said, Malasana, then Bakasana, right? Get down, get into the earth, and then take flight. Bakasana, crow pose. Lift your tush up to the sky, right? See where I am here? My tush is up. My feet are still on the earth. You could stay right here and just practice what it's like to invert and get your tush up there. If you want, knees come up onto the backs of the arms or the armpits, and you play around with leaning your weight forward, wobbling a lot, breathing a lot, enjoying the ride. Coming back down to Malasana whenever it's time. You can transition between the two. We've got a couple more breaths. If you want, come with me for the twist. Right hand down and forward, left arm up and back. Go ahead, coming back through center if you're twisting. Left hand down and forward, right arm up and back. Back to center, hands to heart. Feel the earth under your feet. Feel the crown of your head lift skyward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold, toes point forward, head bows. Halfway lift, inhale, step or hop back, chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, heart open, shoulders back, stretch it back, downward facing dog. Good, y'all. Right leg up and back into the sky, big breath in. Exhale, pull your knee in towards your chest, thread it underneath your body for fawn triangle. So right leg's going out to the left arm up towards the sky. If you feel your right hip scrunching in, send your right sits bone down towards your left heel, if that makes sense. Like move your right side of your tush down towards the edge of the mat. Left hand down to the earth. Squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. Give it a little kiss. Step your right foot forward. Left heel to the earth. Take your time. Warrior one. Oof. Soft shoulders, soft jaw. Fingertips reaching up towards the moon. And let yourself really bathe in that energy. The cleansing that comes when it's time to clear it all out and start again. And that happens each breath we take. How beautiful. We have so many opportunities. Warrior two when you're ready. You might turn your back foot out a little bit. Your arms can expand to the side. Feel your power emanate from your heart out through your fingertips here. You can flex your fingers and feel the heels of your hands stretching outward. I've been talking to a lot of people about rage this week. And one of the poses that I've been working with is Warrior Two. It gets you in your strength. So if you're working with rage this week, so sacred, feel into it here. You can call it up and work with it in a really skillful way. Draw your hands in towards your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Push out through the heels of your hands. Stretch your arms out. Feel your power and your reach. Good. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, hands come back down into your heart. Extend your arms out again. Feel into that stretch. Flip your palms. Exalted warrior, reach up and back. Still deepen your strength. Soften in your right knee. When you're ready, extended side angle. Feel how your powerful legs are holding you. Good. Exalted warrior, lift up and back. And then you're going to deepen into the right knee. Take your right hand down and forward. Start to walk your left foot in. Half moon. If you've got a block or a book, you can snuggle it under your right hand. And you might, just because it's a full moon today, and we're open to all the sky energy, you might play around with shifting your weight to the side wall, shifting your gaze to the side wall, maybe even looking up towards the sky. If sky's too far, try your left thumb, right? We got to slice it thinner sometimes to get to where we're going for freedom. So slice it as thin as you want. If you want, you can bend like we did on the earth and reach back left hand to left foot and kick back into your hand. That inherently makes it more wobbly, right? We're less extended. So just play around. Does the wobble feel awesome? Does it feel playful? Can you soften the grip of your right toes? Stretch it back out, extend long. Good. Chair pose. Left foot meets the right. Find the earth with your feet. Drop your tush. Arms up. Soft wiggle side to side. Big breath in here. Exhale, arms sweep back by your hips, torso parallel to the earth. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, sweep it back. One more time. Chair pose, lift up. Exhale, bow. Chair. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift your weight into your left foot. Sweep your right leg back. Totally different transition to half moon. So just notice how wonky that might feel, right? Sometimes accessing from a different place just gives us some new data to work with. So take your time. Maybe you want to shift your gaze to the side wall. Maybe not. Maybe that entrance made it feel more wobbly. So keeping your gaze down at the earth is really beautifully stabilizing. That's how it feels to me. Right? When we're trying something new and hard, it is so powerful to also find the things that bring us great comfort, to resource ourselves deeply. Take your time, step back, warrior two, into exalted warrior. Good, extended side angle. Find the stability in your feet again. Deep, slow breaths. Exalted warrior, lift up and back. Find your way to warrior two. Good, hands come into your heart. Gather your power. And then send it outward through the heels of your hands. You can hear how my voice drops. I'm in business, right? Feel your power. Feel what your arms can do. On your inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. You can reach and extend, and then hands come back in towards heart. That's it. Expand out. Heels of the hands reach long. All right, warrior two to warrior one, I think is sometimes a little weirder than warrior one to warrior two. So imagine warrior one in your mind, right? We're retrograding it back. And then take your time. I'm going to slowly sweep my right arm down towards the earth and then lift it up. I might even step my right foot in a bit so that I can really feel my pelvis is under my shoulders and I can reach tall and lift my gaze supported from the ground up. Big breath in. Drop your shoulders, big breath out. Inhale where you are. Exhale, hands to the earth. Pick up your left foot, squeeze it in, give yourself a kiss. Thread it underneath to the right. Fallen triangle, lift your right arm up. Slow, deep breath, spinning your heart skyward. Good, right hand down, hug your left knee in. Sweep your left leg up and back, shake it out. This time, bend your left knee, stack. You could take it all the way over into flip dog. Heels walk in under the knees. Unfurl. When you're ready, unwrap. Three-legged dog, left leg up and back. Squeeze your left knee in towards your chest. Thread your left leg underneath. Fallen triangle, one breath. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand down. Hug your left knee into your chest. Left foot forward, warrior one. Take your time. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. Deep breath in. Warrior two. You've got more wisdom here, but there's no rush, right? Hands come into your heart and then press the heels of your hands outward. Arms reach up towards the sky. Inhale. Hands come down to your heart. Expand the arms outward. Flip your palms, exalted warrior. Inhale up. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, exalted warrior. Exhale to half moon. Deepen the bend in your left knee. Step onto your left foot. Stretch long through your right leg. And again, with zero judgment, we're just feeling the difference between stepping from warrior two and stepping from chair into half moon. If you want, Chapasana. You can play with shifting your gaze. Whoop. It's so different on this side. Play with it. Take your time. Thank you, body, for teaching me all the things that work and all the things that don't. Release your foot. Chair pose when you're ready. Hands to heart, take a breath. Twist to the left, right elbow outside your left knee. Drop your tush so your heart can open. Find your way back to chair pose. Hands to your heart, twist to the right. Then crown of the head lengthens out of the spine almost. I know it's technically a part of the spine, but like you're reaching it out away from your tailbone. Chair pose. I'm going to shift my weight into my right foot. I'm going to take all the time I need to teapot my way forward to half moon. Wobble town. Big deep breaths from the right foot all the way up. The best thing that happens is your left foot comes down and you find some more information and then you re-extend. Any kind of bind or balance that feels right to you. Release. Step all the way back. Warrior two. Take your time. Flip your palms exalted to reach up and back. Extended side angle. Exalted warrior lift. And find your way back to warrior two. Heels of the hands reaching outward. Bring your hands in towards your heart. Gather your strength. And send the heels of your hands out. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky as you deepen your pelvis towards the earth, hands to heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to stretch the arms out. Warrior one. Take your time. Left arm swings down. Step your left foot in a little bit. Soften into that bend in the front knee. Big breath in. Hands to the earth. Pick up your right foot. Squeeze your right knee into your chest. Thread it through. Fall in a triangle. Left arm up towards the sky. Left hand down. Hug your right knee into your chest. Right leg up and back. Bend your knees. Stack your hips. If you want, you can flip your dog. Unflip when you're ready. Downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Hands to your heart. Pause for a moment. Let's just do a shake. Release your arms. Release your feet. Right? Like bee jelly for a second. Kick, kick, kick. Boop, boop, boop. Right? There's so much we're taking in right now. You've got to have some release valves, right? So move it around. Close your eyes if that helps, right? Shake it out. Shake it out. That's it. Yep. Okay. Feet wide. Toes out, heels in. Just check it out. Like if one heel is way farther forward than the other, see if they can kind of be lined up together. And then I want you to think about, instead of I'm bending my knees, I want you to think about the magnet of the earth inviting you towards her. She's asking you to come deeper in relationship. So rather than I'm reaching, she's reaching up and inviting me downward into God's pose. Right? There is a different quality to feeling like we're being welcomed and invited. No forcing. All right. This is weird, okay? But it's coming to me. I want you to bring your hands in towards your chest. I want you to squeeze, 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 squeeze with your fists. There is a lot to feel right now, so feel it fully. And then I want you to send your right fist forward as you deepen in your stretch. Right? Controlled and steady. Pull your right hand in, send your left arm forward. Never in my life have I boxed, right? Right arm forward. This is skillful, slow movement. Left arm forward. You can go as slow or as fast as you want. Arms extend. Yup. Check it out. Am I coming out of my bend? Am I leaning forward or can I stay in my spine? I don't know if I can talk while I do this. Yeah, you got it. The earth is holding you. You are so supported. And now release. Arms relax by your sides. Feel your heartbeat. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Ooh, yeah. Spin your heels out, toes in, bring your hands to your hips. Lift your heart, lift your gaze, take a big breath. And exhale, bow forward. So many beautiful options here, right? You can walk your arms forward, down dog shape. You could interlace fingers at your low back. You could take tripod headstand. Let it feel good to you. You're moving energy. So emotions make sense, right? Whatever's here. Even if it's like irritation with me in this class, that makes sense, right? When we stir stuff up, we feel it. So I bow to you. This is deeply brave work. Let whatever shows up be deeply okay. If you haven't already, bring your hands to the earth, walk them in underneath you. And we're just gonna do the gentlest little lean. Hands are gonna come over to the right. You're gonna bend your right knee, almost like your left inner thigh is reaching for the earth. Make sure knee is tracking over the toes down. And then I'm gonna come back through center, use your hands for support. I'm gonna bend my left knee. Right inner thigh stretches long. Hi. Hi. Come back through center. One more time, over to the right. Back through center, find long spine, over to the left. Good, back through center. However you want to bring the feet together. I'm going to do a silly little frog hop where I plant my hands and I do a little hop together, but you can toe heel your feet, whatever you like, okay? And then bend your knees, lower your tush. You're all the way down on the earth, okay? Sitting sideways, long ways on your mat, or however you want to be. All right, take a sip of water. Whatever else you need here. I'm in crisscross applesauce. You could also be in double pigeon, right shin on top of left. So you decide what works for you, okay? Wherever you're at, let it be that there is space to literally, you could reach back and separate your butt cheeks. Find some grounding of your bones on the earth. Good. We're going to twist to the right. So if you're in double pigeon, your right leg is on top. Right hand back behind you, left hand to your right knee. Twist. The inhale gives you length. The exhale gives you space to roll that right shoulder back. Variation of the twist we did before with an outstretched leg. You're going to lift your back arm, your right arm, and reach your right arm up and over towards your left knee. Big breaths here. Then turn your head towards the earth, and with it, your right hand is almost going to reach for your left knee as you fold forward, round your back. Slowly, you're going to lift up. See how your right elbow is stacked on top of your left? That's going to stay. You're going to lift your arms for eagle. Wrap the arms, lift your forearms. If you want to play with it, you can tip your fingertips forward and bow your chin to your chest. Deep breaths into the back of your neck and the back of your heart. And you'll unwrap these arms, shake it out, loosen it up, lean back on your sits bones. You could loop your big toes with peace sign fingers or not, right? Boat pose, however you like. If you want to play, you can open the feet a little wider and keep lifting your heart, dropping your shoulders. That's it. Good. Hug the legs back together. If you separated them, maybe release your hands for a moment. And then bring the feet back down to the earth. We're going to switch sides. So crisscross applesauce other way, or left shin on top of right, double pigeon. Right hand comes to the left knee, left hand behind you. Deep breath in, lengthen up and lengthen down, right? Tailbone spirals to the earth, crown of the head spirals to the moon. And then you twist on your exhale. Inhale, double helix, up and down, expands. Exhale, the spiral opens. Whenever you're ready for the side bend, you'll lift your back hand, your left arm, and reach on a diagonal over to the right. Good big breath. On your exhale, you're just gonna melt towards the earth. Your left hand kind of reaches for your right knee as you fold. And then as you slowly lift up, the left elbow stays wrapped on top of the right, and then keep wrapping for eagle arms. As much as the arms lift, so too do the hips descend. Right, that same double spiral up and down. And if you want, fingertips bow forward with the tops of your ears also. You can always stay for longer. So take your time. When you feel ready, you can slowly start to lift up, unwrap your arms, roll your shoulders back, lean back, stretch your legs out. One more boat pose. And then eventually we're going to lie onto our backs. So if you're turned sideways on your mat, you can do a little turn and then slowly lie all the way back. If you have a block, you're welcome to grab it as we set up for bridge pose. You can walk your feet in, place your hands by your sides, and slowly start to lift from tailbone up. It can feel really nice to put a block under your low back and any of the settings, or interlace your fingers, press the outer edges of your wrists down for support, and lengthen your hip flexors towards the sky. Slow, deep breaths. You could stay sustained here, or if you want to come down, reset, windshield wiper your knees a little side to side, feel free. Take a moment. And if it feels right, one more time for a heart opener. That could be bridge pose, that could be wheel pose, walking the feet and hands in. Take your time, feel the earth under you, and then inhaling to rise up. Experiment with paying attention to the feel more than the look or the shape. Right? Where do I want to open? Where can I soften? What is gripping? Can I send some love there? When it's time, you can melt all the way onto your back. Windshield wiper your knees a little side to side. Take out any hair clips or anything that's getting in the way of really melting all the way back. When you're ready, hug your knees into your chest. We're going to take reclined Gomukhasana. So right knee threads on top of the left like a shoelace. I'm going to reach up for the outer edges of my feet. I'm going to gently hug, not push, right? But just a tiny bit of weight that I offer to the feet, and then a little resist with my feet up into my hands. Let your shoulder blades melt to the earth as much as they can. Maybe thinking about sending your tailbone down the mat, moving away from the crown of the head. Good, you all. Happy baby. Release your left foot, hug your right knee in, hold the outer blade of your right foot and swing it over to the right now. I'm holding the outer blade, but you can also loop the big toe, whatever feels right. Then we're going to go into a twist. Lots of options. You could squeeze the right knee in and pull it across the body. If you want to, you could keep that right big toe hooked. Stretch your right heel out away from you. And then gently pull that right leg all the way across the body to the left. You could keep it hooked or let the arms go. Might feel nice to open the arms and look over your right shoulder. Feeling Your left hip melt down towards the earth. And your left toe is expanding down all the way down to the edge of the mat. Good. Rebend that right knee if you haven't already. Roll onto your back, give it a squeeze. And send your right leg long, shake it out. We'll squeeze the knees in. This time, left knee on top of right for reclined Gomukhasana. Clasp the outer blades of your feet and gently hug them down towards the earth as you press back up into your hands. Think about left side body being long. So that means the left hip is moving away from the left shoulder, sliding down the mat. Half happy baby. Loop your left big toe or hold the outer edge of your left foot. Send your right leg heavy and long. Left knee swings out to the left. And then you can choose for the twist whether you want to bend that knee or extend your left leg long and slowly take it across the body. Scoot your bottom hip back a tiny bit and then gently twisting with your gaze and your left arm out to the left. Good. Rebend that left knee. Slowly slide onto your back. Squeeze your left knee in for a moment and send your left leg long. If there's any final movements that your body needs, feel free to take it. And if you're ready, take a moment, ground your heels into the earth, and then use those as kind of like an anchor point to point and flex your toes so that your body gently rocks. Just massaging yourself down into this special little grove on the earth designed just for you. And the rocks get smaller until you find your way into some kind of soft release. Let your feet get heavy. Let your calves spread on the earth. Let your knees relax and unlock if they're locked. Let your thighs soften and open. Let your pelvis ground. Your tailbone relax and lengthen. And let your shoulders, the back of your torso and heart melt down towards the earth. Shavasana. And here to coil and uncoil a couple of times. Whatever that means to you, right? So you might wrap all the way in, gently hug your knees and your arms and your head together, and then uncoil, stretch out, starfish in every direction. And just take your time here, feeling into spiral in and spiral out, and feeling the ways in which these two motions are actually, Theo got the hair clip, are actually part of the same circle, wrapping in, gathering power, and expanding out, stretching into power. However you want to feel into this coil, this sacred spiral, take your time with it. The curl in and the unfurl are part of the same process. When you feel ready, the next time it feels intuitive and you've got your knees into your chest, you can gently roll over onto one side. Take a moment to feel into your breath and body, and we'll make our way up to a seat. Taking your time, finding your way up. We've been working together with the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck. We all know this deck does not come lightly. So just know it's not the gentlest deck I've ever worked with. It's very powerful and profound. This, I imagine, is not a surprise at all that this is our card today. I have never pulled this card yet, so we're going to see what it has to say. It is the ouroboros. I'm sure I didn't say that right. The Great Serpent. And we can see that there are so many different parts of this cycle that is both beginning and ending all at once. And I'll read to you about it. The Tail Eater, the Guardian. The ouroboros is an all-encompassing glyph of the alchemical process. The hungry snake bends itself around you in a gesture of protection and guardianship, giving you the space and safety to participate in the work. Oof, yeah. Anything and everything can be offered into its mouth for transformation. Good, bad, blasphemous, or precious. The materials of our life transmutate into gems along the great serpent spine. Oh, right. There's like all these gems along the digestive tract. Along with your woes, the ouroboros engulfs every pair of opposites or binaries. What is masculine becomes feminine. What is sky becomes earth. What is past becomes future. When this card appears, you have entered the quantum realm where everything is a possibility. No one knows the limits. Just when you fell into thinking that your life was straightening out or going in one direction, the snake takes you once again into its gaping mouth for an entirely new trajectory. Note that the great, this is okay. Note that the great serpent eats itself, not others. The work starts and ends with the alchemist themselves. Through this remembrance, the alchemist learns to be in service of the world. And so it is, my friends. We go in and we go out. I'm so grateful to be with you. I'm so grateful to digest the beauty and the disaster of this world together, and to chew on the gems and to love ourselves in every way that we can. You make it worth it. I love you. I mean it with all my heart. Please let me know if there is anything at all I can do to support you. I'm so grateful for your presence and for your practice. It is a humbling gift every single time. I hope you have such a beautiful March, end of Pisces season into Aries season. I hope you eat some delicious food today and get to hug someone that you love. Let me know if there's anything that you need or any questions that you have, and I will see you next full moon.